Good evening, students. This is Katie Birch. I'm your cooperative education teacher for course code DCO3O. We are starting day one, semester 2B, and we're going to go over what's happening for your course. So you might be newly enrolled in this course. You might be enrolled for the last 3 semesters, and you finally decided today is the day to get her done. So I just want to remind you that my name is Katie Birch. I am in charge of making sure that you get through this course well. I am accessible through various ways if you need help with coursework or anything at all. The easiest way to get through this course is through communication, and you can communicate with me in multiple ways. The first way being Facebook. You can access me on WASA Katie Birch. You can send me a private message. You can post on my feed if you like, if you need some help. You can also email me on 2 different emails, kburch, KBURCH, at NNECSCHOOLS.org. That's the way you can email me. You can also email me on kburch at nnec.on.ca. Lastly, if your preferred mode of communication is through text messaging, I also have a cell phone I'm more than happy to share with you, 807-738-3915. So there's no reason to be a stranger. I welcome any questions or comments or any support that's needed. Just let me know and I will get online and give you a hand. All right. Oh, what's happening? Just 1 second. All right, so what are we covering today? So we are going to go over the course outline and course expectations, what you would expect to be part of a radio online cooperative education course. We are going to explore Google Classroom and some other learning tools that will help you so easily get through the work involved. We're going to go to Google Classroom. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of Google Classroom so you can learn how to use that platform. You are able to submit all of your assignments through the Google Classroom platform. And then we're going to do a little bit of goal setting. So much to get through today. Just to start off, I want to tell you a little bit about me if you're new to this course. I've said my name is Katie Birch. I live and I work in a really awesome place, Sioux Lookout. You might be in a community north of Sioux Lookout. I'm a mom. This is a picture of my son, Evan. He's a wrestler, and this is my husband, Craig. You might have seen him in your own home community because he's a pilot. So he might have worked in your community, or he might have dropped water on a fire in your community. He is now a water bomber pilot. I've been teaching a long time, too long, so long that I don't care to tell you how long, but a long time. I started my career in New Zealand as a teacher, and I'm now living in Sioux Lookout, but I've taught in many remote communities, Long Lake 58 First Nation being my first community I ever took a teaching job in. A little bit about me too. I love to cook. That's sort of my jam. Lots of people don't understand why I would choose to do that in my spare time, but that's what I love to do. I really enjoy crafts, sewing. I like watching TV and movies and going for hikes when the weather's nice. I actually hate the snow. It's tough to live in Sioux Lookout when you don't like the snow, but here I am. Okay, so there are lots of tools accessible to you through this course, and I'm going to talk about 5 things today. So I'm going to put this video up in YouTube, and you'll be able to access all of the separate parts of these tools today really easily. But these are the main tools we use in our course. So the first one here being Google Classroom. This is where all of your coursework is going to be stored. Google Drive is where all of your documents that are connected to your Google Classroom, those are going to be stored in your Google Drive. Gmail, everybody in this organization has access to a Gmail account. It ends with @nnecschools.org. We're going to talk a little bit today about some tools called Read and Write for Google. These are really amazing tech tools that are free to you through NNEC that will allow you to have some support for the activities and assignments that we're doing. And then we're going to do a little voice typing assignment. So if you don't know about voice typing, be prepared to be astounded and amazed. I use this tool all the time. When I don't feel like typing my answers, I can just speak them into the computer. As long as my microphone is good, then It's amazing. So everybody who signs up for a WASA course has access to an email. The email is structured in a way where it's your first name dot your last name. MM stands for the month you were born, and DD stands for the day you were born. Why I have two M's and two D's is because if you're born in January, you can't just put one number, you have to put a 0 in front of it. So if you're born in January, it'd be 01. The same thing as if you were born on the first of the month, you need to put a 0 in front of it. There has to be 2 digits in each of the month and the day of your email. So for example, see, I don't even have to tell you how old I am, but your first name is going to be up front. So my name is Katie. And then my last name is Birch. So it's going to be Katie.Birch. And then the month I was born, which is 11, November. And the day I was born, which is the 2nd. So if it's the 2nd, I can't just put the 2. I have to put a 0 in front of it. So it would be Katie.Birch1102 at NNEC schools.org. Excuse my printing. I haven't had to print in a while. I'm just going to erase this because we don't need that. Oh gosh. Let me hit the back button. Okay. Oh my goodness, this email just wants to open today. Not sure what that's about. Okay, so and your initial password for your email will be WASA student, and that is spelled WAHSASTUDENT. It will prompt you to reset your password, and once that's done, you just have to remember it. And if for some reason you've forgotten it, let's go forward a couple of slides. Send me an email and I will reset it for you. Okay, but you're like, wait a second, Katie, you're talking about all of these tech tools, and I feel like I might need a computer to complete these assignments. Well, you are right. You probably can't do much in this course without fix my mic. It seems a little. There we go. You probably can't do much in this course without access to a computer. So if you need access to a computer, you need to let me know. So send me an email, send me a text and say, hey, hold the phone. I can't do any of these assignments because I don't have access to the computer. So reach out and I will send you a computer to use, which would be helpful. I'm just going to move my earpiece out here. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's dive in. So using Google Chrome. So I will tell you with your NNEC account, it is really important that you use Google Chrome to sign in. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Google tools always work best with Google Chrome. Another site you could use is Firefox is another one that works okay, and Safari also works okay with Google, but Microsoft and Google are not friends. So we're going to keep them separate so they don't fight, and then we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you how to sign in. So when you open your Chrome browser, I'm going to go in just as a guest. So if I was going to go into any Chrome browser and I was going to log in, all you have to do is go to google.com. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see a little sign in button here. And I'm going to first tell you, do not sign in there because you probably have multiple Google accounts. So if you're like me, you'll see there's 2 little icons that are affiliated with your account. And if you're just setting up your account and there's no picture, it should have the first letter of your name. I don't want you to sign in down here. I'd like you to sign in at the very top of your browser, sort of where you see the address bar. It's actually called an omnibox. Go over the far right, and you're going to click there, and you're going to click plus. And you'll see that you might already have a login here. The reason we're going to add the login at this point is it will keep both of these accounts completely separate. When you, for example, logged in here, maybe you add an account here, sometimes the Google accounts can get confused. So let's not do that. Let's log in at the top of your browser, hit the plus add. You're going to sign in with your new NNEC credentials. And I made one for myself. I called it DCO3O 2B 2024 at NNEC schools. Okay, so you're going to sign in. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to work. Let me just fix that for a second. DCO, maybe I call it DCO2B. I did. DCO3O 2B. Let me see. See, I can't even remember what I set my account to. Okay, so I'm going to go add an account. I'm going to put that account in here. DCO302B 2024. I'm going to sign in as WASA student. You're going to accept all the terms of service. You're going to sync it all, choose a little icon. I'm going to give this one Katie School. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to go with purple today. And now you'll see that my name of my account is showing here, and it's also showing down here. Watch what happens when I go use the browser icon and I go back to my other account. What it does is it keeps these two things consistent and separate. Okay, so I suggest you do that. Maybe you have a personal email address, a personal Gmail address that you're already signed into up here. I want you to add your new NNEC account up here in the top of your browser to keep them separate. That's my first tip for you. Okay, so you've signed in with your username and your password. We've added the icon. So that's the first tool. You're going to sign in using your new account. Okay, we're going to go do that. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to have access to the Google Classroom affiliated with this course. And if you look in the very top right of the browser, right underneath that little place that you signed in, you're going to see something that looks like a bingo card. If you're a bingo player, you know exactly what I mean. Maybe to you, you're a foodie and you prefer that that's a waffle. So you're going to go to your waffle or your bingo card and you're going to look for an icon that says classroom. Okay, classroom is where all of the coursework for DCO3O can be found. And we're going to take a quick little tour of that today. So you'll see that you'll get an invite to Google Classroom and it's going to say, oh, is this you? Yep, that's me. And then you're going to identify yourself as either a student or a teacher. So in your case, you're going to choose student. And then you're going to join a class. And you might even see that I've already invited you to a class. So I'm just going to go over to Classroom and I'm going to make sure that I am invited to my own class. So you might see an invite. There we go. Okay, so let's refresh the page and then you'll see that you've been invited to course code DCO3O. See that? Okay, now here's you're going to say, yep, I'm going to join the class. So let's click join. Okay, if this is your first time joining, what you can do is you can take a little tutorial of what things you're going to see in Classroom. So the first page you're going to come to is called the stream page. That's if there's any announcements or any important information that I need to get to, you're going to see it on the first page in the stream. Okay, you can share information and questions with me or with the rest of the class. Okay, so the next tab that's very important to you is the classwork. This is where you're going to see all the work. So this is a list of all the work and its current status. Okay. So if you click view your work, you're going to see that you're going to have a whole bunch of assignments assigned to you. Don't panic. If it says missing, it's probably just because there's a due date selected. So I would just ignore that. But what I would do is you'll see that assignments come most recent. And this course has been running a few semesters. So I suggest you start at the bottom and work on the All About Me slide and then work your way up to the top. Okay, so That's where classwork is. You can go into classwork and view your work that way. Otherwise, you can actually just go through each day and look at the work that you need to get completed for this course. And all of the coursework is open and assigned to you. You're going to see an icon in Google Classroom that looks like this, that looks like a book with a bookmark. That means that's information. It's not an assignment, it's information that will help you get through the course. And today is the course outline. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. There's also an overview and some videos on Google Training, how to use Google. And also you have access to the slides that I have shared today in class. Okay. Okay, so where you see a book with a bookmark, that's course, that's just information. Okay. When you see a little clipboard, that means there's an assignment. Okay, so you'll see that we've got 2 assignments today. We've got an all about me slide and a voice typing practice sheet. All right, and then you'll see sometimes I'll put in a question, and this is worth marks, but you just need to go in and answer the question right in this Google Doc. And today we're going to be setting 3 goals, which we'll get to in a minute. So you'll see once I've done an assignment, let's go and answer this, pretend that we answered this question. When an assignment is complete, you'll see that when you go back to your classwork, it's going to turn gray, and it means you've already finished that assignment. So anything that you see bright orange or a bright color still needs to be completed. If it's gray, it means it's been turned in. Okay. So to turn an assignment in, you'll see that there's a voice typing practice sheet, and this might be a really good way for me to show you some really awesome tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a voice typing tool that you can use that help you get through your coursework. So let's say I'm going to open up this assignment. Okay. And we're going to use read and write for Google to read this text. So I've given you a little bit of text to read. And what you're going to do is you're going to do voice typing to give an answer. So all that means is you're going to go onto tools and you're going to click on voice typing. You will have to enable your microphone the first time. As you can see, you have to allow your microphone. But once you've allowed your microphone, it's going to pick up exactly what you say and type exactly what you say. And look how fast it is compared to typing with 2-finger typing on a keyboard. Pretty awesome, period. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to try and do the voice typing assignment. Make sure that you can click on Tools, click on Voice Typing. You're going to enable your microphone, and then you're just going to practice typing with your voice. Pretty awesome. And you can use this tool on any Google Doc in this course. You don't even have to 2-finger type anymore, period. To turn it off, you just click it off. Awesome. So let's say you've done this assignment and you're ready to turn it in. And this is like any other assignment. So when you're ready and you're finished the assignment, I've practiced my voice typing, you're going to click this turn in button. And what that's going to do is it's going to notify me that you have completed that assignment and I need to go and mark it. So click turn in. And then you'll see if I go over to my account, you'll see to review. It will show me that that one assignment has been turned in. Let's see, there it is there. Voice typing practice. All right, so that's how you turn in an assignment in Google Classroom. And you'll see that those assignments are going to show. So here's an all about me slide. So just like I introduced myself to you today, I would like you to introduce yourself to me. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the assignment. You're going to click view instructions, and you can do one of 2 things. You can either make a Google slide and introduce yourself to me, or you can click on this document and just spend a few minutes and answer the questions. Why did you enroll in co-op? How do you feel about returning to school this morning? Why? What subjects do you like or dislike? How do you learn best? Everyone does something well. What do you think you do well? What are your future career goals and aspirations? Do you have a job? What challenges do you think you might face? What are your 2 academic goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So you're just going to go and fill out this form for me and then do the same thing. Turn it in. Tell me about yourself. That's your second assignment for today. So you're going to see your instructions listed here and your assignments listed here on the right-hand side. Okay, you can also add a comment if you want to ask a question. You can do that down here and add a private comment like, hey, Katie, super confused. Don't know how to do this assignment. Please help. Okay. Remember, to get back to where you need to go, you can always go back to the home screen, then go back to classwork. And now you'll see that I've done both of those assignments today. I've done some goal setting and nothing is in a bright orange color. I've looked at it all. It's all submitted. I can move on to the next day's work. Okay, so that's Google Classroom. If you want to see who else is in the class, you'll be able to see the list there. You can email me directly under the People tab, but really the one that you need to worry the most about would be the classwork and get those assignments in as soon as you can. Okay, the coursework generally is pretty easy, but you can't really start collecting your work placement hours until after day 9. Okay, and we'll talk about filling out your cooperative learning plan closer to when you get to the end of the course. All right, let's go back to my slides. So we talked about Google Classroom. We talked about voice typing. We're going to talk about one more tool, which is an awesome tool, and it's called Read and Write for Google. So when you're in, let's open one of these other assignments. Okay, so we're going to go to this one, and you'll have access to these tools anytime you need them. So we did voice typing, and there's another tool that's really helpful for you, and it's called Read and Write for Google. And you should see it automatically in the very top of your browser. You should see a little puzzle piece in the top right, or you should see a little puzzle piece that drops down here. So when we click on Read and Write for Google, what it does is it pulls down a little bar. Whoops. It's making me sign in again. I don't know why. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to have you allow permissions to use this tool, which is fine. What Read and Write for Google does is, let's say you don't know what the word cooperative means, and you want to click on the word cooperative and go to the dictionary, and then it's going to give you a dictionary definition of what that word means. Okay, you can also look for a picture dictionary if you're more of a visual person. That's totally fine. Something else you can do with Read and Write for Google is you can highlight a section of what you see on the page and you can hit play and it's going to read it out loud to you. Let me show you. All right, pretty nifty, huh? You also have the ability to use this tool, which is called screen masking. Maybe you get overwhelmed by the amount of text that you see here. If you click on screen masking, what it does is it allows you to focus your eye on certain pieces of the writing so you're not overwhelmed and just read little sections by sections. I really like that tool. That's super helpful. And then also if you want to highlight, there's also highlighting tools, which is awesome. Clean up, recycle, all that stuff. But the ones that are most important to you are the reading it out loud, the dictionary, and also this really neat tool to focus your attention on certain pieces of writing if you need to read it. All right, so we covered, let's go back to my slides. We're moving along. We covered Read and Write for Google. We covered Google Docs, voice typing. We covered how to log into Google Classroom. We covered how you access your NNEC schools account. Now let's get to the nuts and bolts and talk about the course outline. But we're going to do a little course overview. What is co-op? You're probably tired of listening to me for the last 24 minutes. So let's listen to what someone else says about what cooperative education is all about.
You've heard of cooperative education, which everybody calls co-op. You may still wonder what co-op is all about and how can you benefit from a course like this. Cooperative education is an academic high school course. You'll be earning credits towards graduation, but it's so much more than just a credit. Co-op immerses students in real-world learning experiences in a workplace setting. It's going to help you make informed decisions about your career pathway or post-secondary programs and future academic decisions. The good news is, co-op is available for all high school students in Nova Scotia, and it supports student learning in many ways. Through co-op, you'll get a sense of the changing workplace and choices available to you, including how these choices relate to your skills, abilities, interests, and your personality. You'll develop the knowledge, skills, and attitude needed for success in the future, all while making connections between academic studies and developing a plan for further education in your career pathway. You'll begin to develop an understanding of workplace expectations, build a network, and make connections to the labor market. Learn safe work habits and skills required in the workplace, helping you make informed decisions about your education and career plans. The best part is, you're not limited to doing it just once. You can take multiple co-op credits as part of career exploration to help you make better decisions about your future. Co-op supports the development of essential and employability skills and work habits, as well as an awareness of expectations in the workplace. The best part for you is there's no limit to the type of career you can explore in a co-op course. If you can imagine it, there may just be an opportunity for co-op learning. Sound interesting? Contact your school counselor, co-op teacher, or visit Nova Scotia.
Okay, so that's a little blurb about cooperative education. If you're looking for a work experience, that's something you have never done before. So many of you already have jobs and you are able to use those jobs, but I am going to challenge you to try and learn something new in the current job that you're in. So basically the course is a learning experience that's connected to your community and a co-op curriculum. Okay, it develops skills, knowledge, and habits that support learning, your education, both at school and beyond. So within the context of your own work experience, which should be connected to your home community, you're going to apply all these skills and really think about, am I in the right career? Should I be pursuing post-secondary education? Is my goal just to complete grade 12, which is totally a reasonable goal. So we're at the end when you've gone through all of the activities that will help you learn about health and safety, well-being, and strengthen your inquiry, decision-making, and leadership skills. When you get to that point, we're going to meet, we're going to plan out your student cooperative education learning plan that meets your specific needs, do some reflection, and hopefully you'll figure out if you're in the right career or maybe you need to be looking elsewhere. So this course is basically in, I would say like 8 weeks. We try and get you through within 8 weeks. So the first 4 weeks we're in class. Okay. So we're introducing cooperative education, unit 1. We're doing workplace readiness skills like resume, cover letter, workplace health and safety training. That's unit 2. Unit 3, we're talking about the legal and safety considerations for you and for the people around you. And then unit 4, we do some work placement preparation where we fill out your cooperative education learning plan. I'll show you how to fill out your timesheets and all that good stuff. Then from weeks 5 to 8, you should be on work placement. So lots of people take this course because they need 1 more elective credit or they need 2 credits. So for 2 credits, you need to have 160 hours of work placement. And for 1 credit, you need 80 hours. So really you're looking at 2 weeks for 1 credit and 4 weeks for 2 credits. And then at the very end, when you've gathered all those work hours, you've completed most of the tasks in Google Classroom, your culminating task will be creating a slideshow or a pamphlet about your co-op experience. So take lots of pictures, and you're also going to reflect on what you learned during this course. Okay? Your final assessment will be that presentation or slideshow and your cooperative education learning plan handed in. Okay, you'll also see a copy in Google Classroom of the course outline that gives you an idea of the units and more detailed information about the assessments. Just to give you like a general overview, your coursework, everything you do in Google Classroom, is worth 70% of your final grade. Okay, Then your culminating task, which is your slideshow or your pamphlet, that's worth 20%. Your culminating task is your cooperative learning plan as well as your portfolio and slideshow, and that's worth 30% of your final grade. So those are the final assessment pieces. All right, so your task for the rest of this class, and we actually got through quite early today, is you're going to go into Google Classroom. You're going to either make a Google slide with some images, an all about me slide, or you're going to answer the document, getting to know you document. So there's two different ways for you to show me a little bit about you. Either make a slide, just like I showed you the slide at the beginning, a few pictures and a little bit about me, what my goals are, where I come from, what I like to do, a little bit about my family. Or you can fill out that activity sheet, the getting to know you doc that I showed you earlier. You're also going to go in and answer that question. You're going to set 3 goals for yourself. You're going to set a personal goal for being in this class, a work goal, and a health and wellness goal. And you'll find all of that work in Google Classroom. Wow, we really blew through this class today so fast. Okay, so again, you're going to go, I'm going to show you one more time. Going into Google Classroom, you've got an all about me slide. Okay, remember you go to the waffles once you've signed in. You're going to either do this one, getting to know you, or you're going to do the all about me slide. I've given you example and I've made you a blank slide underneath. So you can, I can give you an example of what to do. Then you're going to do your voice typing practice. Make sure you submit it. And then you're going to set your goals. I wonder if it will let me edit. No, it probably won't. You're going to set a personal goal, a professional goal, and a health and wellness goal. And that's it. Easy peasy. So that's your task for today. If you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out. All of your coursework again is found under day 1 in All About Me, Unit 1. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the importance of cooperative education. We're going to listen to an interview from one of my past students, and and then you're going to fill out an interest to placement activity. So we're going to talk about the importance of co-op next class. And then Wednesday, we're talking about who am I? We're going to be learning a little bit about ourselves. And then on Thursday, we're going to take everything that we've learned up until Thursday. We're going to put it together and we're going to start getting ready for next week, where we'll be talking resume writing, cover letter writing, and all those good things. So stay on task, keep up with the work, and send me an email, a text, a Facebook message if you get stuck along the way. But I guess we're done early today, Bertha, so we can put some music on. Have a great evening, everybody.